UVa-Wise head football coach Dane Damron here, previewing this weekend's matchup with the Bobcats of West Virginia Wesleyan. Coach, let's first start at Senior Day. What's it kind of meant to coach these guys? You've only been here 1 year, but really in their last year laying down the foundation for success as seniors.
Yeah, that's what I told them in our very first meeting we had back in January when I was introduced to the team. That I wanted to make sure that these seniors had a senior year that they could look back on, fondly, and that's been very important to me. These young men they've done everything we've asked them to do. They've bought into the program that we're trying to instill here, and it's been great coaching them. They've worked hard, and I just hope that they have the opportunity to go out on Saturday and play their best game that they've played all year.
One senior in particular, Zachary Blair. He's only 1.5 tackles away from the all-time NCAA Division II career tackles for loss. If you could just kind of talk about how that is a testament to his work ethic.
Zach is, he's a very hard player. As I've said many times, I don't necessarily believe that he's the best linebacker in the country, but I think he's the hardest working linebacker in the country, and he does a great job of being where he's supposed to be. And I know that I'm glad that he's on my team. I think he's got better this year. He's done a great job of trying to stay within the framework of the defense and read his keys and being where he's supposed to be. And I don't think we've seen much of a drop-off in production. And if he is able to get that record, as I told him, that is a great accomplishment. And that's something that we want to make sure that our players have the chance to do that, especially when they can do it with us having a successful year.
Last week against Urbana, offensive line didn't allow a sack. That was the first time there in a while for them. Can you kind of just touch on the offensive line improvements we've seen, and then especially freshman Truvell Wilson?
Yeah, Truvell's had a great year, being a true freshman, started at left tackle. That's generally not the place that you want to put a true freshman, but he demonstrated in fall camp that he was worthy to be there, and he started 9 games there for us now, and he's done nothing but get better, as our whole offensive line has. I think Coach Compton has done a really good job with those young men, getting them to understand how we expect them to play and how they're supposed to execute things. We still got a ways to go there, but it's been constant improvement every single week. And anytime you can throw it 43 times and not give up a sack, that's pretty good.
If you could just talk a little bit about it's the first winning season since 2008. You came in here, December, I guess January. Kind of what's that meant to you and your staff? And then did you ever imagine this when, you started out here in January?
Well, I don't think you ever imagine, you hope, but you also understand that the first year is not so much about wins and losses. It's about getting what we're trying to get accomplished with this football program done. And I think it's a true testament to my coaching staff. They've done a great job, and they've put our kids in position to win every week. But then what goes along with that is the kids making the plays to win those football games. Are we excited? We're 6-3. Yeah, I don't think there's anybody out there that thought we would win 6 games this year. But now that you're there, you want to get that 7th, and you start trying to get a little bit greedy. The key thing is we just got to make sure we stick to the process and understand that it's a 1-game season every week, and I think we've done a really good job of that, understanding that week to week it's a different type thing. And I didn't come here just to have winning seasons. My staff is here to build a football program that's going to compete for Mountain East Conference championships in time, and that's what we want to get. And we understand that we think we've laid a pretty good cornerstone for that program this year, but we've got to continue to strive to get better every single week.
Let's turn to West Virginia Wesleyan. They got the league's leading rusher in Michael Anderson, 1,189 yards this season. Kind of what type of challenge does that bring up here with their running game?
Yeah, he's really good. We've had a chance to watch him a lot this year. Just how the schedule falls, it seems like every team we've played has already played them, and he's a heck of a running back, and he's one that all 11 guys are going to have to do their part containing him. We're going to have to run really hard to the football and make sure that we get him wrapped up, because he's hard to get to the ground. They do a great job with their scheme of getting him the football in a variety of different ways because he's that good, and so we'll have to make sure we know where he is.
Wesleyan, they're on a 2-game win streak, or I'm sorry, they've won 2 of their last 3 games. And they're winning by close margins. Just overall impressions of the Bobcats.
I think we're very similar football teams. I think some of the games that we've been able to win. You know, they've been right there in that position and haven't been able to make the play to win. So, you know, we've been fortunate to whereas they probably haven't been as fortunate. But they're a good football team. I think their coaching staff, you know, they're a new coaching staff there too. And they've done a great job getting their kids playing hard defensively. Their front four is really good. And so, you know, our offensive line is really going to have their work cut out for them, and trying to protect Bryson when we try to throw the ball and try to create little gaps for Griff and Latney to get through when we run the football. So it's going to be a heck of a football game. I think they do a great job, and it should be a good one.
All right, thank you, Coach, and good luck this weekend. Once again, Cavs kick off at 12 p.m. on Senior Day here Saturday against West Virginia Wesleyan.
Thanks, Luke.